This will be the intro of the channel, guys. Goes hard, right? Produced by one of my best friends, Wave. So, I chose this video because I think it is a good discussion, not just bashing Andrew Tate like most of the Christian videos do, and ignore the problems that men face today. But they analyze the situation and discuss what can be done better, which I think is the best way. The guy on the left is George Farmer, Candace Owens' husband, and he knew Andrew Tate before he was famous. And Dr. Marshall on the right, who is a Catholic Christian intellectual. Let's start.
Why is it that Andrew Tate has captured so much attention? What void was there that he stepped into?
I think our world is starved of masculinity. I think it's starved of real male icons. We used to have...
Just think about this, since I haven't watched movies or TV for a long time. Is there any role model for you out there today, in the world of politics or the film or music industry? Who is there? I mean for a young man. From what I've seen today, the celebrities who are famous, Sam Smith, Tom Holland, Harry Styles, they lack strength, they lack masculinity. Even the rappers who had the image of a strong gangster, today they are all called Lil. Imagine, they name themselves as Little, like Lil Baby, Lil Durk, what's his name? Lil Pump, Lil Nas. It's ridiculous. They don't even look like men. There are no more Chuck Norris, Van Damme, Arnold Schwarzenegger, 50 Cent. No more for you.
We used to have a society where men could define themselves by being men, you know, by expressing aggression, by expressing anger, but at the same time also
what you saying, sir?
Protection.
Toxic masculinity. Do you remember Matt Walsh documentary, What is a Woman? I think we need one for men too, because it's very confusing out there what a man is, and the proper behavior or masculine essence that goes with it. Because you've got one side that says everything about you is toxic, and another side that takes it too far, like sleeping with 50 women before starting a relationship, which I heard it somewhere from Fresh and Fit, I think. It's very ambiguous.
I think nowadays we're told that men are a problem. You know, we're told that men are a weakness.
And what do you expect to happen after so many movements dedicated to women in recent years? We don't need men. The future is feminine. Feminism. My body, my choice. All these movements have vilified men, have disrespected them. Claim like men have no say what goes on in this society. Left in the shadows, trashed without a problem. What do you expect? That men would submissively accept all this narrative? Of course not. Because men have pride.
Somebody like Andrew steps into the void created by the modern narrative of like weak men and counters that and says, actually, you know what? I'm going to be this guy. I'm going to be the guy who tells you that being a pathetic, stay-at-home, video game playing, you know, kind of pornography watch, porn addicted, like all this kind of stuff, that is a bad thing, right? And you should step up.
And there were only two options: to embrace the disrespectful narrative and abase themselves, or listen to someone like Andrew Tate. So you can't blame men for following him. And who is speaking up for men nowadays? Jordan Peterson does somehow, but he's too old for young men to relate to. Tate came in, yes, I see your struggle, you are disrespected, your masculinity is attacked by the Matrix and its agents, whatever you call it. Your freedoms are taken away, forced to take injections that supposedly will save the planet, and he offers some sort of solution while he made it.
I don't build my own image off what Andrew says because I know Andrew pretty well, and like, you know, as I said, I know that he's full of flaws, and I think he would admit that himself. But I read it because I'm interested in what he's saying to the rest of the world. And what he's saying to the rest of the world is, get up, you are lazy, you want to become as successful as me. He came from nothing, you know what I mean? The guy came from absolutely nothing.
Yes, and that's why a lot of men resonate with his message, because a lot of men are at nothing, where he came from, and they want to become something, because they feel represented by Tate out there.
You know, he and I fundamentally disagree about the way to God and the path to God, but he's still telling men, get up, correct your life, make a living, earn your wage, and actually pay your way in society.
Yeah.
And that is a good thing for the world. And I agree with that. You know, I think that you should pay your way in the world. I think that you should earn a living. You should become a strong man, you know.
And as men, we need some tough love. Yes, you are lazy. Yes, you are a coward for not pursuing your vision. Yes, you are insignificant. Get out there and make your life meaningful. Find yourself a mission. Get better, do better.
He's got different ideas to me about that, and I think that my ideas come from God. His ideas come from Allah. Probably, you know, very different worlds, very different conceptions. But I think that fundamentally he's got a lot of good points, and so I respect him and encourage him in what he's doing.
Something that has been lost in this generation is that you don't have to agree on everything with someone to respect or get along with them. Cancel culture has deeply affected the younger generation for worse. I would like to mention a Bible verse. Proverbs 25:4. Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. As for Andrew Tate, I disagree with some of the things he says, but I'm glad he came out, because he made me start this YouTube channel, pushed me out of my comfort zone, and indirectly pushed me to start a Bible study to realize what a man really is according to God. And surprisingly, many things he says are biblical. And it is because I disagree with him on certain points, and I know that his view is not the right one, but I have to find out which one it is, with a proper explanation and reasoning behind it.
One of my concerns about Andrew Tate is I can see young men, in a way, leapfrogging over Christianity and going all the way to Islam.
Yeah.
And Andrew Tate sort of being an icon of that jump.
That's a very good point, and it's because the church has been feminized and Christians have become soft. The youth crave to see a strong man who is bold and not afraid to speak up. Strong physically, rich, powerful. And the majority of these qualities are present in the men of God throughout the Bible. But unfortunately, is very rare today amongst Christians. And the majority of people will not dive into a deep theological study, even though everyone should, because it's your soul at stake. But they will look around and see who is a Christian. What is he doing? What is he saying? Who is a Muslim? What is he doing? What is he saying? And that's how they will decide. Sadly, the message of modern Christianity is generally soft and only spiritual, not practical, whereas the Bible is. And only the book of Proverbs is filled with practical wisdom that is much needed in life. There are so many forgotten messages from the Bible, which I find encouraging and helpful as a young man, like becoming physically strong. Proverbs 20:29. The glory of young men is their strength. Not being lazy, which is mentioned like 28 times at Proverbs alone. That being rich is not evil. When was the last time, if you are a Christian, heard a message about gluttony, laziness, cowardice? Did you even know that cowardice is a sin? And the good part of Tate's message is about things like this, and they are in the Bible, unfortunately forgotten, and men of God should be more vocal about this, I think.
The church has lost its sword. The church has lost its battle power.
Yes.
You know, and that really perturbs me. We need to be the church which will draw the sword, which will go out and fight for Christianity.
Amen. Christianity is beautiful. It is masculine. Men of God are supposed to be way different than the average modern Christian. And men of God are called to be meek, not weak, which means powerful but in control of that power. They are called to resist and fight evil. And the Bible is also practical as well as spiritual. This is what I've realized after studying in it more than a year, specifically on these issues. So, let me know your thoughts about this topic, and I will share more about these with you guys in other videos. Till then, God bless.